everybody, let's flip this around. Let's see. Oh, that works. Awesome. This is my first time. Hi, EcoEXPLORers. My name is Erin Hines. I work for Gaston County. I work for the Department of Natural Resources. I'm an environmental educator. That department also is our Soil and Water Conservation District here in Gaston County. And I'm really excited to be out here with you guys today as a part of our EcoEXPLORE program with the Arboretum. So this is for the EcoEXPLORE Field Botany Badge. And you can find out more about that on EcoEXPLORE.net. So this week we've been focusing on plants and specifically plants' relationship with animals. So today we're going to be thinking about bird nests. A lot of us, when we think about bird nests, we think about them being built in trees, and a lot of birds do build nests in trees. Many birds build nests in a lot of other different places as well. So we're going to be checking out 3 of those today out here on the farm. But no matter where a bird builds the nest, they need to have that plant material, that vegetation, in order to build that nest. So where I'm at today is Lineberger's Maple Springs Farm. I've been working from home for the past couple of months, so this is home. This is a produce farm. We've got strawberries right now that my great-grandparents started, and it's where I live, and this is where we're going to be finding our nest today. So the first nest that we're going to check out is a nest of a Carolina wren. If I see a Carolina wren out here today, we'll see if I can focus in on them. But Carolina wrens are small songbirds. They have a sort of white banding along their eyes. And they kind of hold their tail up a little bit, and they make a song that some people sounds like Jubilee to some people. So if you want to check some of those out, you can Google them or we can find them today. But we are going to go check out a Carolina wren nest. So Carolina wren nests generally are built in cavities, maybe abandoned holes where woodpeckers were, maybe stumps, maybe just holes in trees. But a Carolina wren pair actually built a nest in our produce stand. So we're going to go check that one out. Usually nests are between 10 feet or less from the ground. So Carolina wrens build nests low to the ground. And the nest that we're going to look at, the pair probably built about a month ago. And then they laid eggs, and about a week ago those nestlings actually hatched. So if the mom or dad isn't in there, then we'll be able to see the nestlings. If she is in there or he is in there, then we're gonna leave them alone. So we're just gonna go see, hopefully we can get a glimpse of some nestlings there. So I'm gonna flip this around, I think. There we go. So this is just the back of our market, our cooler there where we keep all of the berries. And I'm getting a stool because I am short and I'm not going to be able to see these birds otherwise. So the pair built the nest in our back closet here. Hopefully you will be able to see it. And it looks like mom or dad isn't in there, so I'm going to get a little bit closer. Okay. You can see them. I don't really want to disturb them too much, but do you see those little nestlings in there? So they are so little, and they actually just have their eyes open. You can kind of see a little beak. And I'm going to actually leave them alone now. But you could catch a glimpse of those nestlings, and hopefully they will grow up nice and strong, and the mom and dad are actually going to be feeding them for another probably week or so before they'll leave the nest. So now we're actually going to go check out a nest on the other side of the farm. Hi guys, I see some friends commenting there. So even though it is going to make my husband very angry because he's a safety stickler, I'm gonna drive to the other end of the farm while filming, which is perfectly safe because I am not on the road and I feel very much like I can do this. So while we're heading to the other end of the farm to see our other nest, I'm gonna just talk in general about bird nests. So birds usually build sort of two nests. So the outside nest is more for structure, and it's built usually with heavier sticks, and it helps with stability as well as ventilation. And then they kind of build a inside nest that is more for sanitation, more softer for the nestlings. They use maybe a finer material, and it'll also help with insulation as well, with warmth for the nestlings. So that's kind of a basic structure of a bird nest that would be built with vegetation materials. And of course they might use lots of different things. If you ever come across a bird's nest, most birds don't reuse their nests. So most of the time it would be fine to collect it if you're sure that the nestlings have already gone and the parents don't have a need of that nest anymore. However, some birds do reuse their nests, so it's a good idea to see if you can identify the nest and figure out the time of the year whether or not that nest would actually be reused. So where we're heading now, to the back of the farm, is a location that has an eastern bluebird nest. Eastern bluebirds are also cavity nesters, so they like to find holes in trees as well, but usually higher up off the ground than our Carolina wrens would have. So this nest is actually in an eastern bluebird box. A lot of people actually put up eastern bluebird boxes to help out these guys, and so it's basically an artificial cavity nest, and we'll take a look at how that is constructed when we get back there. And eastern bluebirds are another bird that will also reuse their nest, so they'll reuse their nest 2 to 3 times during the nesting season. However, according to Nest Watch, it's actually a good idea to clean out these boxes in between when the eastern bluebird is raising young, just because it can help with sanitation. So it actually helps for them to have a clean place to rebuild their nest. So we have lots of eastern bluebirds here on the farm, and there was an eastern bluebird family that built a nest in our box, and so we're going to be checking out. The nestlings have already been raised and already flown off, so we'll be checking out those that nest, and we'll actually clean it out for them. So usually, I'm gonna get my stool again. Usually, you would probably want to sanitize in between with like a very gentle, natural, some type of natural cleaner, because they do kind of poop a lot in there. But I didn't bring that with me today, so I'm just gonna clean out the actual nest. So I'm gonna turn this around so you can see. Okay, we've got our pickers out here in the strawberry fields, but right here is the bluebird cavity nest. And so we actually did put this up, like I said. And so what you'll be able to see is it's got the hole for the entrance, and then it's also built on a pole instead of a post. So the reason behind that is to keep cats and other possible predators from climbing up into our nest. So I'm putting the stool up here because I am short, like I said. So you could actually put a latch on there. You can see how we have this latch, and then it opens from the bottom, and there were nestlings in here, but you can kind of see the construction of that. The grasses are a little bit bigger than our Carolina wren nest, and I'm just going to pull the nest out. And lots of little poop in there that I probably need to clean out. Also a beetle or two, so that was probably the remnants of food. And here's the nest itself. I hope you can see it. It's kind of bright out here, so it's sort of hard for me to see the screen, but you can see how it's very thick, and it has lots of sort of grasses on the bottom, and then the nestlings just hatched right out of that. So one thing you can do when you find different nests I'm gonna put on my sunglasses, but one thing you can do, which if you figure out that it is a nest that you can take, it'd be really cool if you could actually piece out the different types of vegetation that are found in the nest. So actually separate it out and sort the different kinds of things that that nest is made out of. Then you could actually go and see if you could collect those similar pieces of vegetation and see how long it takes you to actually gather all the different things that these birds are using. So I have one more nest to show you. This nest, my husband and I found in our muscadine orchard, so muscadine vines, and the wind must have knocked it down or knocked it loose. So we picked it up. And this one is for all you birders out there, because I don't know what kind of bird built this nest, and I'm very interested to know. So if you know, then please comment. But here's the nest. You can see it's pretty small compared to the bluebird nest. Not that much smaller, but a decent amount smaller. It's also more cup-shaped. You can kind of see how the outside has the thicker material, the inside with the finer material. There's even a little bit of pollen and a little bit of tuft of fur. I don't know if you can see that. That's in there as well. So 2 different nest constructions, eastern bluebird, and I would love an identification on this one if anybody knows. All right. Let's see if that was all I was going to mention today. All right, so I will leave, it looks like I covered everything I planned to, so I'll leave you all with that. But as always, you can record observations from anywhere. If you're local here to Gaston County, our EcoEXPLORE hotspot is Crowder's Mountain State Park. And I'll also mention that if you're interested in the geology, the unique geology of Crowder's Mountain, you can check out Gaston County's YouTube channel. I have a playlist on that called Gaston Natural Classroom, and earlier this week as well as next week I'm releasing a 2-part video on the geology of some of our local mountains around here, which are pretty unique. So happy exploring, and it was good to talk to you guys. Bye. If I know how to do this.